Prison don't break men. It exposes them. The moment your freedom is taken, your thoughts get loud. Regret starts talking. Anger starts replaying. Fear doesn't let you sleep. People think prison is about steel doors and concrete walls, but the real prison is chaos. Chaos in the mind, chaos in the heart. On the streets, chaos looks like freedom. Do whatever you want. Say whatever you feel. React whenever you're angry. But behind bars, chaos will destroy you. That's why something powerful happens in prison. That's why a lot of men who never cared about God, never cared about rules, never cared about discipline, suddenly find Islam. Not because someone forced them, not because it's easy, but because it brings order. Islam walks into a place full of noise and confusion, and it says, slow down. Wake up before sunrise. Wash your face, your hands, your feet. Stand still. Be quiet. Pray 5 times a day. No excuses. Now understand what that does to a man, especially a man who lived his whole life reacting to disrespect, reacting to anger, reacting to desire. For the first time in his life, he learns how to pause, and pausing in prison is powerful because most crimes don't come from planning. They come from impulse, a bad thought, a hot temper, an unchecked ego. Islam installs brakes. It teaches a man you don't have to answer every insult. You don't have to prove toughness every minute. You don't have to let anger drive the wheel. The world tells men power is dominance, power is fear, power is control over others. Islam says real power is control over yourself. And in prison, that lesson can save your life because in prison, one word can get you hurt. One look can turn into violence. One moment of ego can cost you years. Islam teaches restraint, and restraint is strength. I've heard men say, before Islam, I was angry all the time. After Islam, I was calm even when provoked. That ain't weakness. That's discipline. See, the guards control when you eat, when you sleep, when you move. But Islam gives you something prison never can. Inner authority. It tells you, even when nobody's watching, you answer to God. That changes how a man walks, how he talks, how he thinks. For the first time, he feels clean, not just his body, his mind, because Islam don't just say don't do wrong. It says replace chaos with structure. You pray on time. That teaches accountability. You fast. That teaches self-control. You give charity even when you have little. That teaches humility. You lower your anger. That teaches strength. And here's something people don't talk about. Islam in prison removes excuses. It doesn't say, society made you do it, your past made you do it. Islam says, you did wrong. Own it. Repent. Change. No denial. No fake spirituality. No victim mindset. Men respect that honesty. In prison, you can't pretend discipline. You either show up for prayer or you don't. You either fast or you don't. You either control your anger or you pay the price. That's why Islam works there. And something else happens, something deep. Islam erases divisions. Race fades. Gang colors fade. Street names fade. When men stand shoulder to shoulder in prayer, nobody is higher, nobody is lower. In a place built on hierarchy and dominance, Islam brings equality. That alone breaks egos. Prison culture teaches survival through fear. Islam teaches survival through discipline, and discipline brings peace. I've heard inmates say, Islam stopped me from stabbing someone. Islam stopped me from losing my mind. Islam gave me peace in a place designed to break me. That ain't coincidence. Chaos destroys men. Discipline builds them. Now let me be clear. Islam does not excuse crime. It does not erase responsibility. It does not say what you did was okay. Islam says you are accountable, but you are not beyond mercy. That balance changes lives. And here's the lesson for the outside world. Prison is just an extreme version of society. The same chaos exists out here, just dressed better. People chasing pleasure, people addicted to desire, people angry, anxious, depressed. But calling it freedom, Islam says freedom without discipline is just another prison. That's why men find Islam behind bars, because everything fake gets stripped away. No money, no status, no image, just you and your choices. And when a man learns discipline in the worst place, he carries it everywhere. That's why some of the strongest Muslims you'll ever meet found Islam in a cell. Not because prison is holy, but because suffering exposes truth. And the truth is this: the human soul does not thrive in chaos. It survives in order. Islam offers order. Wake up, pray, work on your character, control your desires, respect others, prepare for accountability. That formula rebuilds men. So when people ask, why Islam in prison? The answer is simple. Because when everything is taken away, discipline is the only thing that gives you yourself back, and a disciplined soul, even in chains, is closer to freedom than a chaotic soul walking the streets.